Over 20 years in structural engineering taught me something surprising. The same rules and the same laws that uh, prevent skyscrapers from swaying or bridges from collapsing are the same principles we can use to build an unshakable career. Today, I'm going to bring down the 3 by 3 values matrix that has guided my entire career. Let's get right into it. So, the first section is, you can think of it as the foundations, the core pillars that will support the entire structure of your career. The first value is competence. At the essence of competence, the very core of it is your ability to solve problems. So if your solutions work, there is some sort of competence in there. And everybody needs that because there is no shortage of problems. Um, a lot of people have problems and they're willing to pay for someone to help them solve it. So if you have that element that you can solve their problems for them, there is competence in there. That's an excellent pillar to use to build your career. This might mean that you might need a bachelor degree, a master's degree. It depends on the complexity of the problems you're trying to solve. The second pillar is consistency. So if you're consistently solving problems and your clients and people that work with you can rely on you consistently, that builds trust. Trust is one of the um, main points that will make or break your reputation and will make your career. So if you're consistent, if you're competent, you start creating good reputations, your clients will come back to you, and you will create that trust. The third pillar in this group is communication. So competence and consistency alone are not going to make it if you cannot clearly communicate it. So, whether you are attending a meeting, you're a clear communicator verbally, you're giving a presentation, you're writing an email, you're writing a report, all these skills are worth your effort to develop and refine and rely on to use that first group. I call them the foundation, the 3 C's. So, competence, consistency, and communication. You're a good communicator. That takes us to the second section, the superstructure. So, the second set of values, they will help you on um, fleshing out what are you capable of doing or achieving throughout your career. So the first value that I've used is being detail oriented. So small cracks or small problems with time could fester and become into bigger issues. So if you're paying attention to details, if you're paying attention to the fine print, if you're paying attention to the numbers, to the issues, and not being afraid of um, facing tough questions, like asking tough questions. A lot of people would be tempted to hide things under the rug and not look closely at the roots of the problem. So, being detail oriented is an excellent value that will carry you throughout your career. The second value in the superstructure set is truth seeking the truth. So, um, admitting mistakes could feel painful, but I'd rather know if I'm wrong as early as possible to fix the problem and learn from the mistakes and fix it and grow. So, um, if there are some lies that are buried into the structure of your career, that's a very dangerous situation. So I would want to seek the truth, because this is the strength of my the structure of my career is using the truth to build it. The third element in this second layer of values is service to others. So if you're focused on yourself, there is no difference between that and anxiety. This is anxiety provoking. Am I gonna be enough? Am I gonna be liked? Am I gonna be hired? Flipping the narrative, making it about service to others. Here are the values that I can provide you, bring to the team to solve problems and to help you accomplish your vision and your goal. Making it about serving others, this will help you gain the courage and confidence to carry out your responsibilities. So I'm a responsible person. My responsibility is service to others. So I'm going to have the courage to perform my duties. I always find this a very interesting value. All right, moving on to the third section, the practical tools, the practical values that you can use on your everyday career um, situation. So this three set of values, I pretty much try to remind myself going into any situation or a meeting or trying to solve a problem. I use it basically on a daily basis. So here is how it works. First, in the interaction or in the attempt of solving the problem, you show respect. So a good way to show respect is to assume that others know something that you don't. So this way, you are giving them a chance that they might actually know something you don't, and you would want to know what that is. Also, the opposite of showing respect will put you at a weak situation. You might be right, you might have done everything right, but just that element of not showing respect might put you at a weaker position. So start with that. The second thing is take initiative. Be the first, move forward, because this is a very interesting um, lesson that I've learned. Momentum is very difficult to regain once you lost. So, first impressions are very difficult to change. That means if you miss that opportunity to take the initiative, it will be much harder to regain momentum again. So don't wait, act, suggest a solution, suggest part of the problem that you can take responsibility of and put some work into it to solve. The last piece of this set of values is do your best. So you are the only a person that know where your limit is and if this is your best. And if you're consistently satisfying your own standards and you are satisfied that this is your best, that will help you develop this sense of confidence and trust. You can trust yourself that you did your best and that was the best you can do. Otherwise, you kind of like deep down below, you know what, I could have put a little bit more effort, or I could have done better, and then you will feel this relationship with yourself like self-blame. It's not good. At the same time, if you're consistently doing your best, you're pushing yourself past your comfort zone. This is where growth is, and this is where you can tackle more difficult challenges and grow and keep pushing the boundaries of your career. All right, so the truth is simple. What works for structures, concrete and steel, we can use this to build a resilient career, especially in these times. There is a lot of uncertainty, a lot of things changing. So I want to share with you guys a free guide that we've put together summarizing the basics of structural engineering. You'll find it in the link below. And let me know if any of this resonates with you, if you're willing to put these values or apply it into your career. And I would love to hear from you in the comments. That's pretty much everything, and I will see you in the next video. See ya.